Gen Z and boomers absolutely hate each other. Well, not all of them, but the loudest ones would probably make you think that. Whether it's simply the great divide finally starting to take effect, or the outrageous differences between generations, people just don't seem to get along all too well. In this video, we're going to cover a few different perspectives on that and see where everything hit the fan and went to shit. And if you personally feel like you relate to anything discussed in this video, or you just simply like content like this, don't forget to like, comment your thoughts and opinions below, and subscribe to see my daily or bi-weekly uploads around here around 12 p.m. Central Time. And a huge shout out to everybody who supports my content, especially on Patreon, my channel memberships, and all that yada yada. You can check out further details, all that stuff down below in the description. Now let's begin.
Older generations get so mad when we don't want to live the same life they lived decades ago. Like their whole do what you gotta do to survive, work hard, hustle and grind mentality, it's not working. Younger generations are understanding that these 9-to-5s are not gonna cut it.
9 to 5? Sounds exhausting.
They will literally offer you minimum wage as inflation prices go up, gas prices go up, housing market goes up. And in order for you to even pay your bills, you have to spend all of your time working that job. What is desirable about that? And not to mention all of the trauma and all of the limiting beliefs that you continue to pass on to each generation.
All the trauma. I'm being overweighed by trauma. My shoulders are being pushed down by these big, heavy bags of trauma.
And then call them lazy and soft when they don't want to do the same fucking thing that obviously doesn't work. And I feel like that's why a lot of Gen Z and a lot of younger generations are depressed and they're lost and they're stuck.
You know, I don't think it's just Gen Z that doesn't necessarily love their job. I feel like the majority of the population doesn't enjoy their job. And I will continue to stress this as much as people don't like when I say it. I think most people only work because they have to. The jobs they have, they wish they didn't. And if they could live a completely different life or lifestyle, or if they had the funds to do so, they would make that happen. So I'd love to know your guys' thoughts and opinions down below in the comments on that. Do you guys think that people work because they love it, because they love to work, or because, you know, it's just like there's really nothing else to do and it's the only way to really get by and survive these days, or really ever? I mean, I do believe that humans are made to work to some extent, but the word work is so, incorporated with the word job and 9 to 5 and the man. It's getting rough out there.
Because they have a lot of older generations telling them that they're lazy, they can't do this, they can't do that, they can't follow their
Lazy?
passions. They are so stuck in their ways that they refuse to see any other path towards success other than a 9-to-5.
Come on, Mom. Come on, Dad. I'm about to make it on TikTok. Yeah, that does sound rather ridiculous, though, when you say it like that. But if you can kind of make like a PowerPoint, you can kind of like justify the next 3 to 5 year plan. And if you have any sort of back catalog to justify that type of endeavor, maybe that's a more justified career choice. But overall, I mean, a lot of people do just take their lives not very seriously. They're simply just surviving, getting by day. If you ask people what their actual plan to make it is, it's I'm gonna win the lottery one day. Well, maybe one day something will happen that's out of my control. So try to take control of your life, folks. That's why I make these videos, trying to take back control of my life.
Your generation is lazy. Y'all don't want to work these days. Look at me. I worked 850 hours this week. I ain't spent no time with my family. My back is falling apart. I can't afford health insurance, and I'm barely making ends meet. So what's y'all excuse? What the fuck you mean, what's my excuse? I don't need an excuse. Bitch, I don't want to live like that. Yeah, cause y'all lazy. No, bitch, cause it's fucking stupid. What, that ain't no
bitch, because it's fucking stupid. Nah, but for real though, like I've been saying time and time again, this 9 to 5 system, the rat race, the matrix, we're all stuck in the system none of us really signed up for. We were born and forced into. Sorry, these videos are kind of starting to get me. I think I'm becoming brainwashed like the rest of the people in these videos. It's not working. Many people are opting out. And homelessness is new freedom. That seems to be the top category topic around here.
damn gotcha. What the hell? I don't want to. Why would I do that stupid ass shit? Because that's how things work. Things barely worked like that when you was a damn kid. So I know they ain't fucking working like that now. Yeah, y'all all fucked up. Y'all just want to sell candles and be tuber yous and screamers and shit. Because that's the type of fucking shit that they gotta do. Because that's the only thing gonna help. Bitch, we cannot work at Home Depot, Walgreens, Target, Best Buy, and none of these regular fucking jobs and survive. Everybody gotta be aiming for the goddamn top.
The problem is now everybody has to have 2 or 3 jobs and a side hustle. And as much as it seems like there's really not that much to go around, at least not in every area. So a lot of people are going to be fumbling the bag, so to speak.
you're fucked. Yeah, even after you climb to the top of a shit mountain, it's still gonna smell like shit. Well, yeah, you know what? Smelling the shit from the top sound like it's a whole hell of a lot fucking better than standing on the ground, still smelling the shit, pretending like you at the fucking top.
It's so crazy to me.
Even if you climb to a shit mountain, even if you get to the very tippity top, it'll still smell like shit. And unfortunately for many of us, those are the only mountains left to climb these days. And are they worth it? Well, for many folks, climbing any mountain at all is better than none. So you know, there's that.
That you raised an entire generation telling them basically, we hate you and there's nothing for you. Fuck
Harsh.
you. And then that generation doesn't want to do anything. It doesn't really feel like working hard. Wow. That's crazy. These kids are so disrespectful. I don't understand it.
Working hard, more like barely working. But sorry.
They're the most terrible children I've ever seen. They live in a world where you have told them from the time that they have been, like, literally a child, there's nothing for you. Like, you get an education, you go nowhere. You get into a job market where you get laid off every 6 months and then you spend the next 6 months looking for a job. Or you work at fucking Walmart until your knees turn to dust. And then they don't pay for your fucking knee replacement.
Oof, that's a rough one. That's the thing, is, you know, I've worked at restaurant jobs for the majority of my life, and I will be most likely going back to a restaurant job here shortly when I can find one and lock it in. And it's like there really isn't much, help if something were to happen. Like, let's say I were to splash myself with the fryer grease, which has happened time and time again. Hopefully, it doesn't burn too bad. Let's say this is actually a cost that's happened to me many times. Like for kitchenware, you have to wear non-slip shoes. Well, if you don't have those, the company's not going to pay for those for you. You just have to buy those. So you pretty much have to pay $30 to even start off at this job, and that's the $30 cheap Walmart non-slip shoes. Which, to be honest, there's no reason I'm getting good ones because they're going to get destroyed within a few months, no matter what, because of the grease, the trash on the ground, and the nonstop busting your ass, sweaty feet that are be in your shoes forever.
Well, you keep working at Walmart, well, you can't retire and you can't own a home, so you're just going to work until you die. Oh, I don't understand why telling an entire generation you're going to work until you die, why they don't want to work. That's crazy. Entitled, man.
We've now decided, let's also hate each other based on what generation we're born in. It's really sad. This boomer Gen Z thing is a complete reflection of a very sad moment we're in, which is we've really got to reset to loving thy neighbor.
Oh, the good old Gary Vee, the godfather of entrepreneurship. To be honest, he does always have some wise words to spit, and he has been a very father figure-like person in my entrepreneurship journey. It's not kind of cringy saying that. Whatever kind of life I've been living, I do kind of like some of his uplifting videos, seen his Monday morning videos, get to it, morning cup of coffee, whatever. Yeah, I do kind of like some of his messagings. Although I don't agree with, here's the thing about me, guys. I never agree with everything from one person. I'll pick and choose certain things I like. I'm sure I like a little bit from everybody, but there's really nobody out there where I like everything about them or everything they've ever said. Just the same way I don't think you should like everything I've ever said, or you can disagree or agree. And I love to read your guys' comments, or you guys always seem to let me know. But yeah, he's talking about the Gen Z boomer clash of the generations, very common topic around here, and pretty much is inevitable not to get brought up if you're going to be talking about the current economy, being that we are kind of seeing a shift, a transition between the new adults, and with the Gen Z's, millennials getting older, Alpha coming in right after us, or Beta, whatever they're called. It is a switch because boomers are getting out of there. And they have a lot of different opinions the same way Gen Z does, and they're learning to use the internet the same way Gen Z does, and they're spitting their truth the same way Gen Z does. It's getting insane out here, folks. Let's let Gary Vee continue.
To putting civility on a pedestal, to start respecting our elders. Like, we need some old school shit to get out of this.
I think the success that this program has had is that we have turned aging on its ear. We don't ever get fooled into being old.
Of course, old is such a silly concept. I know 32-year-olds that are old. They sit at home all day and are just waiting to die. And I know people that are doing
Honestly, I know many Gen Z folks and millennials who are just sitting at home all day waiting to die as well, so I don't think that's just a boomer thing, if that makes you feel better or worse. It depends on how you think about society, I guess.
every podcast, I'm gonna guess you're not 32, you're a little older, right?
35. Yeah, 35.
33, 39 actually.
These generalizations drive me batshit crazy.
I'm always saying, you have to grow older, but you don't have to act old.
100%.
All right, that's deep. And I always do like to hear the wise words from people who have been on this planet longer than I have, because they have had more experiences than myself and possibly even you have. So it's always nice to hear them, whether we agree with them or not, or even believe them. But now we're going to get into some comments, because I always like to incorporate your guys' thoughts, opinions, and the audience, the community back into these videos. So feel free to always let me know down below in the comments your guys' thoughts, opinions, and all that, stuff. You might see your comment in a future video in the near future. Now let's get into it. Every generation has its economic challenges. The important thing is to not make yourself a victim. The 4-letter word is the key to everything. Work. Yikes. I'm not going to say I hope not, because I know with in whichever sense you want to put in the word work, whichever category, whether that's 9 to 5, labor, creativity, making income, entrepreneurship, whatever sort of work you want to put into, it does take some sort of work, whether you're working on yourself, working on financially, there's work involved in becoming better. So it doesn't matter what generation you're from. That is very accurate. Let's continue here. We're going to go on. Okay. Gen X chiming in here. I think youngsters have had an extremely rough road ahead, or have. Unfortunately, the government doesn't really seem to care. And that got quite a few likes. So, not every boomer hates us, guys. I feel like the young folk has a chance. We just got to put our heads together. And how many Gen Z does it take to screw in a light bulb or fix the economy or whatever? I got in some credit card debt in my late 20s. I took a night shift job and I had no other life for 5 years until I paid it off. Sometimes life sucks. And that's a very common occurrence, especially in America. The modern, debt slavery, debt society, the way they push debt. And you can literally get a credit card. You can get 5 credit cards a week in the mail, whether you sign up for it or not. And then every single place you go, whether that's online shopping or in person, they'll say you can just you can pay now, you can pay later, you can pay 5 different payments on your carton of eggs, which is outrageously priced. So most people probably have to do that. It's getting crazy out there. But anyway, I'd love to know all your guys' thoughts, opinions, and again, you might see your comment in the future video. I started off doing that when I originally started making these videos a month or 2 back, and I plan to continue doing that, bring that back into this type of content, because I always like to incorporate, like I said earlier, the community into the videos. So yeah, feel free to do so. A huge shout out to all my Patreon supporters, my channel memberships, all you guys who just overall support the content over here, whether you pay a little extra in support or not. All the support goes such a long way over here. And yeah, I'm super grateful to have the community that I do over here and to be growing and building this. As you guys can probably tell, I've been kind of uploading more and more, and I plan to continue pushing this as hard as I can while I still have the chance to, because sometimes this YouTube stuff can be hit or miss, but I plan to never stop. You'll be seeing my posts until the day I drop. The day I die, I will be a YouTuber. Sounds rough. But yeah, the weather has been absolutely beautiful around here lately. So I've been kind of getting out and about lately. Some of you guys have been saying I've been looking rough. Well, I moved about 2 weeks ago. That whole week was like -10. Now it's been like the 50s. Midwest bipolar weather. Nothing new about that. I actually got a Philly cheesesteak last night with a buddy of mine that since I moved back into the town, into my hometown city, or my home city, town, whatever. I went out to eat with him last night for dinner. I got a Philly cheesesteak, and honestly, I might get something for lunch again today. I woke up early, about 5 a.m. I took a shower, drank some water, got my mind right, and we're pumping these videos out as much as I possibly can and the best quality content I possibly can. I know I got to get a new mic. Some of you guys do comment on that. When it's not charged all the way, it seems to be kind of lackluster. So I have to make sure it's tippity top tier for y'all and myself, because it sucks dealing with shitty equipment. But anyway, I do appreciate all your guys' love and support. We're going to continue this around here. We're going to get this up and going, more professionally done. And the longer this goes, the better this will become. So anyway, yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.